if you were watching on Facebook, I have received some of your questions. I'm actually going to open with a Facebook question.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so Joe wants to know if younger you had received and heard Dear Me, would he have followed said advice?
Well, I sort of say that at the end of the song, because as I was writing it to myself, I realized that I probably wouldn't. So I say, at the end of it, you probably won't listen to a word I say. Because if I were you, what did I say? I forget. I have to sing it to remember the words. But if I were you, I wouldn't care when some old man says to beware. So it's sort of the great cosmic joke, right? That you get older and you have wisdom, and you're young and you have ambition, and they never quite meet up all the way.
Except for us very few lucky ones.
Exactly.
Right. So my personal favorite question. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
It didn't go great this morning. I'm living on a tour bus right now, so you sort of wake up and it's like, I don't know if everyone watched Quantum Leap, but it's like, first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is just figure out who I am and where I am, and then it's like food after that. But I spend most of the day thinking of food. I had an energy bar this morning, but I'm looking forward to delicious Austin food the rest of this day.
I'm happy to hear that. Likewise, I enjoy food. And I know that you said you love Austin, so can we talk about tacos?
Sure.
Do you have a favorite yet?
For tacos?
Torchy's, Taco Deli.
We had rehearsals here for our tour when we started, and we ate Torchy's like twice a day. So yeah, it was great. I still haven't done Franklin barbecue, and I feel like it's sort of, you don't love it? It's not your favorite?
Oh no, I like it. I was thinking surely we could get someone to help a brother out.
It's just, I've been here so many times. I've been thinking a lot about this on this tour. I've been through these cities so many times, and I've been really reflecting on like how many times I've been here and when I've been here. And like one of the things I have not done here is gone to Franklin. So I need to do it.
Next time, I'm gonna talk to your manager.
All
I'm
right.
sure one of your, is it Hutchheads?
Yeah, Hutchheads.
They're on the Facebook. They like you, Eric. Yeah. So, okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the album Easy Street and where you came up with the name Easy Street. Were you feeling easy or?
I called it Easy Street. I like when my album titles have a duality to them, and this one I thought the album was super easy. I was making it. I told people it was so simple. It was great, but at the same time, I was getting tested to see if I had muscular dystrophy or not. I was battling depression. The album came out, and I didn't get a label for it, and I've been doing it all myself. So it turns out like it wasn't as easy as I thought. So it's sort of Easy Street is also a little tongue-in-cheek, like, hey, it's totally Easy Street right now.
Except not.
Isn't that that's just like a ton of information I just dumped on you?
No, I love it. This is, I live for this.
You were looking for the softball answer.
Nope. Everyone who knows me, I'm just like, I just want to see your soul. That's all.
Yeah, but I wrote an essay all about making this whole album and everything. It's on my website, erichutchinson.com, under Outreach, if you want to check it out. And you can also make a donation to the Muscular Dystrophy Association or the Myotonic Dystrophy Association, Foundation, actually, MDF. There you go. This turned into a telethon.
This is better. We learned personal things. Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to look for more Facebook questions, but one that I saw enough with urgency. When are you in Boston again?
That's one of my favorite questions is when we've just played somewhere and people go on my website and they don't see the date and then they berate me online of like, why don't you ever play Boston?
I won't name names.
I just did play Boston. I'm sorry we missed you. We were there at the beginning of this tour, but I'm not sure when I'll be back. This is my last tour for a while, so I'm not sure, but I do love Boston. I went to school there, and hopefully we'll be back soon.
Conveniently, he plays in Austin tonight at the Belmont. You should come.
Sounds like Boston.
A little bit. We have warmer weather. Kristen wants to know, what is your go-to car ride song?
My go-to car ride song.
As a New Yorker.
I think about this. I actually don't own a car, but
because New York.
Yeah, but I think about this stuff a lot. I actually have created a game that's coming out next year called Songversations, and it's these kinds of questions, and you like ask each other questions, your friends, and you play songs for each other, and it's kind of all about this thing. So I love questions like this. But my go-to song in the car, I don't know. Like lately, I'm loving this Frank Ocean album, the new Frank Ocean album, and I love when because I don't have a car. Usually, when I get a rental car, I'm like driving somewhere by myself, and then I'll get all excited and make a huge playlist of stuff to listen to. So that's what I would go with right now. Probably is Frank Ocean, Blonde.
Co-signed. I confirm. Okay, that is awesome. Joy wants to know, where were you when you wrote Lost in Paradise? What was that vacation spot specifically?
Well, maybe Puerto Rico, Vieques, Puerto Rico. But it's mainly like, it's the same thought. I'm really fun on vacation, guys. The first thing I do when I get there is I'm like, this is great. And then my second thought is like, how long could I be here before like it's just gonna be boring and I'm gonna be tired of it and be finding problems and like, I'm sort of just always interested in that idea. And so I'm always talking to my wife about that. We get there, I'm like, what's the max here? Like 6 months and then I'm like going crazy or... But also, there's this movie, The Descendants, with George Clooney, which I loved. And the opening of that movie, he talks about, like, it takes place in Hawaii, and he says that people think in Hawaii you don't have problems and you don't have your own stuff going on, but just because it's beautiful doesn't mean that there's not real life there. So I was kind of thinking about that.
Sweet. Gosh, you have a lot of Facebook questions coming in.
Great.
Yeah, Jennifer says, you have such a soulful voice. Who are your inspirations?
As I mentioned, Frank Ocean, I think, is the best soul singer out there right now. I think he's unbelievable. I think he's a super great songwriter and lyricist, and I think he's like today's Stevie Wonder, honestly, who I also love, Stevie Wonder. But the thing I love about Frank Ocean, that he's writing songs about different things. It's not just I love you, I want to get you into bed. There's some real substance to the songs.
But also that.
Yeah, but I mean, that was never Stevie's thing either. So I love Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, Michael Jackson. I grew up on just a ton of like Motown and the Beatles and just kind of the classic stuff my parents were listening to.
Very cool. All right. Let's see. Let's take 2 more. Shannon wants to know, what's your all-time favorite song to sing live? What song has not quite gotten old?
Yeah, I feel about songs like I do about friends, where like you got a whole bunch of friends, I got a whole bunch of songs. Some friends you can see every day, you love them, you want to get lunch with them every day, it's totally fine. And then some friends, it's like once a year, I'm good. Thank you, you're exhausting. So my everyday songs that I'm just always like in a good mood when I'm playing, I think All Over Now from my first album, Okay It's All Right With Me. I really love Lost in Paradise that I just played. There's certain songs that just kind of whatever, they just kind of feel like they fit and they're in my wheelhouse and my vocal range and anything else, and they're just like pleasurable to sing. And then some songs I gotta like really have warmed up and be ready and hit the high notes, and I'm cursing myself for writing it that way. And so those are a couple ones I like.
Very cool. I recently heard that Bon Jovi was cursing himself for going so high in Living on a Prayer. He was like, that was a young man's song. Okay. No, Jared. Jared. That is my response to our friend Jared. What is the best live show you've been to as an audience member?
Actually, one of the best live shows I went to was here in Austin, and it was during South by, and it was the Kanye Jay-Z tour they were doing together, but it was in, I forget which club it was here, but it was in a club, like a 1,200 person club. So somebody got me tickets, and it was just fantastic, and they went back and forth doing songs, and it was 3 hours straight, and it was this huge arena show downsized into like this club, and it was a lot of fun.
Cool. I have one last question. When you were writing your songs, are you a writer, or have you like switched over to notes on the iPad? Like, what is your physical process?
I don't write down very much. Usually I sing it into the iPhone, or I type it into the notepad, or I'm typing lyrics. I can type faster than I can write. And a lot of times though, I just sing it and record it and then listen back to what I was saying. I've been experimenting with different ways of doing that, because sometimes when you sit there and have to write it all out, it actually slows down the thinking process for me. So
very cool.
Yeah.
All right. If you are in Austin, you can catch Eric tonight at the Belmont. If you are not in Austin, thank you for tuning in. You guys, please join me in thanking Eric Hutchinson for this Austin 360 studio session presented by Ticket City. Eric Hutchinson.
Thanks for having me.